All right. Welcome everybody to another late night gun chat. Hope you're doing well. Starting 10 minutes earlier than I scheduled. I try to start about 6:05. So in case I need to help rock the baby asleep, that kind of thing after 7 o'clock. But anyway, that's 6:05 Alaskan time. I'm sure it's 10:05 on the East Coast. So I hope y'all are doing well. I'm sure Pat RMG might be joining us. Anybody with channels that want to join us, let me know. So we'll do that. But we are getting started, and hopefully, we'll be doing have another good chat. I appreciate everybody. All we do on late night gun chat is answer your questions. My answer is worth exactly what you pay for them. Yeah, but you could do the super chats though and make them worth a little bit more. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Still got the broken rib. Still, over the allergic reaction to the medicine they gave me. So that seems to be good. Um, you know, Basically sat at home and rest for 2 weeks with school being out for Christmas. So that's good. I got a lot of hand loads made. Finished all of my 10 millimeter. So that was good. And I really liked finishing all of my 10 millimeter projects that I had. I loaded all of the bullets that Adam Hymas gave me, which were 200 grain Rainier plated full metal jackets. Thank you, Adam. And then I loaded Spear 165 grain gold dots, and I loaded 180 grain XTPs, all with AA number 9, I think it was. So that's that. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hola, channel name. Good. People in here right now, we've got, and I can't see you unless you say something, but Christopher Abernathy said he's going to be on his break when this started. Hi, how's it going? Are we having technical difficulties? Not here at my end, no. You're using your time off to heal well. Yeah, I'm doing my best. Let's see. Bullets for Bucks is in the house. Dan O'Neill, great supporter of the channel. Thank you, Dan O'Neill, Patreon member. Appreciate it, brother. All right. And that's that. I need to turn on the monetization for this chat. That way y'all can actually do super chats if you feel so inclined. Way we can stay on YouTube. And while I'm here, don't forget to go subscribe to my music channel, Boston Custom Music Writing. YouTube plays games with that. I lose subscribers like 5 or 10 at a time too. So I think YouTube goes in and plays games with that channel as well. So sorry about that, but go subscribe to my classical music channel. I'll put it in the chat. All right. Let me turn on the monetization for this chat. I forgot to do that. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry, a little fast there. All right, Mr. FNH is here. How do you like number 89 for number 10 millimeter? First of all, it's the only hot 10 millimeter powder I could find. Blue dot's supposed to be even a little hotter according to the manuals. It's been accurate enough so far. All I've done is just like stuck a box on the background at 25 yards at the range and just fired at it. It's been accurate enough to hit the box, with me shooting. So there, that was that. So yeah, so far it's been good. That's that. Are you on Rumble? I haven't made a Rumble account. It's Odyssey I've made an account with. Plan on making a Rumble account soon. So that's that. Thanks again, Jerry. Very good. Mountain View. Hey guys, hi. How you doing? So is that Mountain View like named after a view of mountain, or the neighborhood in Anchorage named Mountain View? That's the question. Is there an advantage to going to a 22-pound spring? Lock up. It's going to keep your gun a little bit locked up tighter. So you do get more velocity, a little bit better thing of reliability. You might want to play around with the spring rates too. I mean, the heavy 220 grains of 24 is nice, but like the 140 grain extreme penetrators, you might want a 20-pound spring. But I found the 22-pound has done just about everything. Like, as long as it's getting that 600 foot-pounds of energy, the 22-pound spring will do just about anything. So, is what it is. So, single pound of Hodgson CFE 223 was going to be $65 shipped from Midwest USA. What an absolute example of the ammo ass rape going. Yeah, yeah, you're right about that. It's not. It's not going to get any better. You're welcome. You're welcome, man. Um, the other thing about it is like you don't absolutely have to have it. Like, um, I don't notice a huge difference with the KKM barrel and velocity, but maybe about 20, 30 feet per second difference when I have the 22-pound spring in. But I do discover like the standard deviation with the same ammo is better. I do a lot of that off camera sometimes because I like to shoot sometimes without the cameras off just for data for myself, So that's that. I passed, needless to say. Yeah. I mean, when I can pick up a bottle here in Anchorage or in Alaska when they have powder, it's key when they have powder. When I can pick up a bottle of that stuff, um, you know, it's like for like 39, 41 bucks. Why would you get it shipped for 65 bucks? That's crazy. And that's after they've shipped it on a pallet to Alaska. So, yeah, that's crazy. The only powders I'm looking for right now are Reloader 22, Reloader 26. I'm always looking for Reloader 22. Reloader 26, and Blue Dot. Those are the only things I'm looking for. Everything else, I've got enough for me to have. Enough for what I need. Whenever I see a pound of something that is fairly popular that I haven't got a pound of, I'll pick it up. And that way I have a pound of H380 if I want to try it. I've got a pound of H1000 if I want to try it. Got a pound of H335 if I want to try it. Got a pound of Accurate 2520. That one, I'm actually going to load the. See if we got that, but there we go. I'm going to load the A2520. I'm actually going to load the 110 grain that goes in the 300 blackout from Barnes, the TAC XP or TAC TX bullet, and I'm going to load it up with into 30-06 with the 3520. So long shot for the 10 millimeter. Not tried long shot. It wasn't in any of the loading manuals I was looking at. So what's up? Everybody's saying what's up to each other. So there we go. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad y'all are all here. So again, late night gun chat. We just take your questions and your comments, and we talk about them. So anything you want to put in the chat, go right ahead. I'm sorry, the internet is down. We had a huge windstorm. It's actually been declared a state of emergency in the Wasilla Valley right now. So it is what it is. All right. Well, welcome to my friend. Assuming he's still my friend, but welcome. Oh, he doesn't. Welcome, my friend here. Is what it is. Joe Jeffrey said, "Glad you survived the winds out there." I didn't have any at my place. I live right next to a mountain that blocked all that, so we saw the trees move a little bit. That was it. So that's that. New Smith & Wesson WCF and X9. Any thoughts? We'll get to your question, Mike, after I introduce Pat. Pat, real man of genius, is here. Mr. Tactical Lever Action Guy. Still got to make that video. Gosh.
So. Absolutely. Yeah. Do you have any background noise on me?
No, I do not.
Okay, good. I was going to say, I need to turn something off if so.
Okay, well, I'm deaf as a doornail too, so anyway. The new CFX9, is that the little 1911 Kimber Micro looking thing? Am I correct?
I'm not even sure.
That's the shield. You know what? Let's look it up here.
Here, give me just a second. I'm going to turn this off just so I can hear a little better.
Sure. Yep. All right. So let's share. So yeah, here's the Smith & Wesson 12 round double stack. So it's pretty much a single action half 1911 um, uh, 9mm shield. And this is actually the best close up I've got out of it. Right now, I don't like the smooth part. I think that's going to be too smooth. I wish they'd made the serration all the way around. It's got a dingus in the trigger for a single action, which is not cool. Looks like it's an ambi safety. So my idea of this gun is that it's pointless. I don't see the point of it. If you like it, it's probably a good gun. Smith & Wesson shield type guns are usually pretty good guns. I would wait till a few of them came out and you heard reviews and from actual shooters and not just YouTube shills like me. So that's what I would do. But you know, yeah, I would definitely do that. So if you like it, get it. That's one of those things. All right. What do you think? Have you did you see the what I was just sharing on the CXS9?
Yeah,
CFX9.
I see what you're sharing. I don't know. It may be interesting. It may shoot well. I don't know really what market they were trying to choose.
Yeah.
That thing's a whole bunch of mix.
Well, the Kimber Micros have a mixed bag of reliability, though. So if they've got something like that and it's actually reliable, so you want a Kimber Micro and then you research it and go, oh, I can choose that Smith, but it's still not that cool looking to me. So, all right. I want to know if Mr. FH found primers yet. All right.
Powder's starting to come back.
Yeah, not here.
No, locally, dude, I can get whatever I want. It's about twice the price. Thank you to everybody that Horde bought that didn't need to.
Yeah, that's me. Reloader 26 and Blue Dot and Reloader 22. I need as much as you can buy me, but you'll have to get on a plane ticket. No, you can't even take it on a plane. There's no way. You have to ship it. You can take live ammo on a plane, but not gunpowder. It's so stupid. You'll have to ship it to an importer exporter in Seattle. So, or somewhere in Washington State. Yeah, that would suck because that would drive the price up to like $210 a bottle. So yeah, just for those 3 bottles,
So I saw a excited about the Ruger Marlins. I really want to get my hands on one, but they're unobtainium.
They're called Rugarlands. We're not going to Ruglands. That sounds too redneck. We're going like the extravagant Rugarland, like it's Judy Garland, like it's classy. Rugarland. That's what
I
we're
want to
going
try one of the Red Dot 1895 SBLs. That's what I want to try.
Heck yeah. So just about everybody knows it's Rugarland, not Rugland. I have made a decision that I have no control over.
All right. As far as I'm concerned with it, Ruger, you always got the Rimland because Remington kind of ruined the Marlin. Now, calling it a Rugland or a Rugarland, if Ruger does it right, which if they're going to spend that money, they need to have listened to the past, and it better be freaking right. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Yep, agreed. Said Nothing Fancy reviewed it. Said it was go to war ready Hall of Fame sniper pistol. Oh, well, I guess his description of the gun is as long as his videos.
46 minutes.
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
No, my legs go numb on a toilet after. My legs go numb on a toilet after 22 minutes. I can't watch it. Nothing fancy.
There we go. Hi, Jason. How you doing, man? All right. What's your favorite rifle? You seem to always be taking out camping, hiking, etc. Mine is a Browning BLR 358 Win. Oh, that's a great choice. So light and compact, fun to shoot as well. Seems to go with me everywhere. This past year, taking out camping and stuff, I took my AR-10 6.5 Creedmoor. Just because it was sighted in. I hadn't really done anything with the 4570 to get it good and sighted in. And it had 25 rounds of Barnes, and my backup mags had 25 rounds of 120 grain full metal jackets, so that's what I took with me. I mean, we up along the Dalton Highway with all these bears around. I had a 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10, and on my chest I had my Smith & Wesson 629. That's what and my wife had the Glock 40, and I had the Glock 29 on my hip. So yeah, that's that. This year, but now that I've got the Henry dialed in well, and thanks to the man on your screen, so he got me in touch to get me that rail system. He also has a good video on that rail system. Y'all go check that out. Hopefully one of my mods will put that link in the chat there. But yeah, I'll have the Henry X ready to go for the camping season. I think that'll be my camping rifle. Yeah, other than that, I don't think I really take a long gun with me that much. If I know I'm not going to get wet, if it's a hike where I know we're not crossing a stream, we're not going to water, sometimes I still carry my 870. Yeah, so. But you dunk a shotgun shell, a shotgun slug, very often, more often than not, it's not going to work. Adam says they don't even make it in 40. Yeah, nobody makes anything for 40 short and weak yet. Yo, yep. Hey, brother, I watched Courtney's caribou hunt. Wow, your terrain's so huge. Compared to the fields in Midwest and Ohio and Michigan. It's not what I expected. Yeah, it's big country up here, man. Big country. Yep, thanks for watching that video. It's so funny that the men dragging the canoes scared the caribou off, then scared the moose off, which scared the caribou back to us. So funny. I mean, you can't make up that stuff. So, you got any hunting stories you can't make up, Pat? I know you've got something.
Dude, this year soured me. My hunting stories are just soured. The only thing I can start off with is the beginning of gun season. We had that hunter that sat right on the fence row. He had access to at least 400 acres, and he sat right on the fence row. And if he fired one round, he fired 10. So we started off the first whole week of gun season with this douchebag. He's either killing everything or causing so much pressure that we had nothing mature. So yeah, my unbelievable stories are overshadowed by this douche.
Noxious One, also a good channel, guys. Go check them out. Says the P938. They went the P938 route with it. Yeah, I can see that. P938, Kimber Micro, all kind of the same class of gun there. Booger Dog, what's up?
But yeah, if you'd have came down, like we were kind of talking tentatively, you'd have came down after Christmas and you'd have been like, what are these Tennessee boys even doing? You'd have been hyper upset with this hunting season.
Yeah, I thought about coming down, and I'm glad I saved the money. I could have spent the money and done it, but it would have been.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
The weather. We were 70 degrees. The deer, they've got a layer of fat. They got the extra fur. They weren't moving.
No, they weren't moving. Oh, I killed my biggest buck in 67 degrees though when I was in Georgia. I was
weird.
I literally had a t-shirt on and like a lightweight jacket, and when I killed that deer, 35 yards with open sight, 45-70.
Walking the whole place, paying attention, looking. I had one deer that was heavy enough to stand on the dew claws, like literally just heavy enough to actually push down and show dew claws. That was pretty bad.
It's not good. No. Ruger Marlin should be good. NY Prepper, everybody go check him out. It's a good channel. Okay. Love Ruger M77s. Me too. I've got a Ruger M77. That would be a good camping gun as well. I love that thing, even though it's kind of slow. What's the price on them? 550 is to 600 or 6. I think 599. I don't know. You go check out, but I don't know that I
Yeah,
can.
mid fives. The price was on the website when it showed up.
Yeah. So I can't really, talk about it on YouTube because they might think I'm trying to sell something. But saw one Christmas Eve. Didn't have the cash at the time. Oh, of the gun. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know they were out Christmas Eve. Literally 10 minutes from where they're making them. Yeah.
I'll be
Rugland sounds good.
45 minutes from where they're making them when they move.
Yeah, there you go. Rugland sounds good. No, Rue Garland's better, my friend. Rue Garland. We're going with that. Just like Caliban is better in California. It's a Caliban because they ban everything and sounds like Taliban. Get it?
Yeah. The funniest thing that I heard the other day, it was like, so this thing, they were talking about this thing, and they said, if you get this thing, you're going to get a warning on it. As with anything, 3,000 miles from California, they're going to tell you it gives you cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going Regarland. Me and you and NY Prepper need to have a debate on that. We need to have like a
Red dot 1895 SPL. Let's start off with a fresh, clean slate.
There you go. I do need it. I think I'm gonna go the red dot, but I'm Primary Arms has one that's a prism that's got an etched reticle, and it's a 1x prism scope, etched reticle, and I might go that route. That way it can be forward mounted, but if the battery dies, I still have the etched reticle. So, is what it is.
Yeah, that would be a good argument. But what I'm talking about is the Ruger Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
They swapped that black dot. You get your little ivory circle and your black dot. They've swapped it for red. So that's why I was calling it a red dot 1895, because they went from black dot to a red dot. That was what I was referencing.
Which makes more sense. Picked up a small pistol primer for $47. It was a miracle.
Ooh!
I can dip my way to the checkout counter. I felt like I had a rare treasure. There you go.
Last I paid was $700, so it would have been $70 for the brick.
Oh, wow.
Which I was grateful.
Just Ruger Do It Right. My 7744 is a great hunting all-weather rifle, stainless camo stock. There you go.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I made sure to leave a dislike. Well, thank you. That helps the algorithm. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Anything's better than nothing. Enjoy, Salvatore.
Jesus loves you. All right. All right. Hello. What's up, Philip? How you doing, man? Super lane lever action rail video. Oh, I'm hoping that's yours. I think that's Adam Hymus's is yours. So.
I can't look it up. I don't know.
Can I can't either. So hold on. Yeah. No, I can't look it up either. I'm sure that's I told him to put your rail video in the chat, and so he did. And so he's calling it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good video. I thought it was good. Probably better than mine. Remember to like. Thank you. Marlin 11 grounds don't fit me well. I shot a 45 spinning 450 Marlin. The BLR fits like a glove, though. Yeah. No, if you're happy with the 358 win, get it. Man, good bullet. It's gonna stop a grizzly bear if you hit it in the right place, just like anything else. I don't know. I'm coughing all of a sudden. Nothing less than CSX isn't ugly. Yeah, I agree. It's ugly. 1895 SPL 1300. Yeah, they're saying the price on those is going to be $13 or $12.99 MSRP.
Yeah, I had my dealer put out feelers for it, and I didn't tell him to, but he was calling me a semi-famous YouTuber that was looking for one, and we got zero response.
Yeah. Garland, haha. California, nope. Caliban. Yeah. They hadn't had a Republican governor there since. I don't think we really had a Republican president since, but that's just me. Oh, let's see. You need a fully sealed red dot sight. That's because snow will fill it up pretty quickly and it'll be useless and the batteries will drain. Yes, yeah. You don't get a cheap red dot sight. That's that. Ruger needs to change the twist rate on the 44s to 1 in 19, same as the 77 44 and Ruger 44 handguns. The 1 in 36 plus minus choice is a poor choice. Picky 77 44 loves slow lead. Cool. Yeah.
I'll agree with that on the twist rate. My Rossi is a 1 in 38, and trying to play with the suppressed game, it's pretty tough to stabilize a bullet.
Yeah, that's Do you reload 223 5.56? Absolutely. I did 60 grain VMAX over 25.0 grains of benchmark. I've got some reloads here 223 Remington 62 grain Barnes Tip TSX, and that's over BLC2. I don't remember how many grains, but BLC2 is my go to powder for 223. I found it to be very accurate, very reliable, very good on the velocity, especially in 20-inch barrels. It's very good on the velocity. So, it is what it is. So, what do you load in 223? Do you load 223?
No, I don't. I've got probably 6,000 rounds. That's my usual inventory. I'll shoot it up and replenish it. When it comes to 223 and 5.56, I'm kind of, if I'm 1 MOA, I'm happy. So I just don't really devote the resources to it.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I like this 62 grain Barnes Tip TSX. It's really the only way to get that bullet. I mean, they have a factory load, but I've never seen it. I've seen the 60 grain or 62 grain TSX, but not the Tip TSX. But they have the bullet for reloading. So it's like, it's the only way to get it. It's a good varmint hunting up to wolf round because you want something a little bit more stout than a VMAX for wolf. Whatever the wolf we saw last year was, I mean, bigger than any white-tailed deer you've seen. Body wise, I mean, he would look like he could eat 3 white-tailed deer. In fact, when we saw it, I was driving and I was going through the woods and I could tell there was something across the riverbank through the woods. I'm like, what is that? I stopped and pulled over in the spot. I go, that's a wolf, but I thought it was like a moose calf. Like, that's how big this wolf was. So it was dark too. It was a all black wolf. There's a video on me, the wolf I saw. So that's the reason why I load for 223 5.56 is more to get let's say I want to have 500 or 600 or 700 rounds for, crap hits the fan. I want to have some VMAX or some Barnes Tip TSX or some soft points, or which I don't like soft points in AR. They deform too much going up the feed ramp most of the time. But that's the reason why I would say, like, you reload 223 5.56. It's not for more accuracy because my tightest group I've ever shot in my life was with 55 grain Hornady tap and an old AR-15 I used to have. That thing measured 0.277 inches edge to edge. I didn't measure it center hole to center hole, so it was the size of a 270 bullet. So you can get really good accuracy with 223 5.56 with factory stuff. There's so much good match grade and all that kind of stuff now. It's not even funny. But I reload it so you can bulk ammo away, some VMAX and some stuff like that, because you can't really get anything armor piercing these days. So why not do something that's going to mess up the hips or the joints if the Russian zombie apocalypse happens and they all parachute over. That's the way I see it. What do you think?
Well, you're talking about accuracy. I've got some VMAXs that I'd pulled from a local reloader. I haven't seen him lately. I hope he's doing well, but I actually managed to pull half MOA out of this thing and felt pretty good about it. Just effortlessly pulling half MOA. And to me, yeah, you can punch paper, you can make these ridiculously small groups, but all day long, half them away is going to get a critter. So,
Yeah.
I've just been grabbing stuff off of him. So, um, and those are the AMAX projectiles. They shoot well, they chrono well, they cycle well, just freaking everything about it's awesome. And
That's Max.
yeah, it's AMAX, and it's actually an Anderson barrel, dude.
Yeah.
I grabbed
Wow.
this thing just on a whim out of the Anderson box. I don't know if this is like a freaking like FN barrel or something that's just, you know, they
Hmm.
just white labeled, like put in a white box. But dude, it shoots great.
There
And
you go.
yeah, so I'm just letting somebody else load it and throw it in the mag. I just go.
There you go. All right. How do you like Henry compared to Marlin lever guns? For me, with the quality issues Marlin had in the past under Remington, then there's no doubt to me by Henry. Though I had a Marlin, it did fine. Um, that being said, I like the length of pull on the Marlin, so that the 1895 SPL is a lot better than like the length of pull on the Henry X. For the Henry X, I feel like I have to go forward with it and then put it in my shoulder, whereas the Henry or the Marlin, I figure I can just come right up to my shoulder, because the length of pull is a little longer, mainly because it's got such a thick butt pad. But that being said, other than that, I like the Henry better. I like the tube fed for unloading, but you got to be careful not to lose the tube. But it's not gonna come out while shooting. That's not gonna happen. It's not. I don't see how it would be possible because of the way it latches in. It would have to do a lot, so it's not gonna come out there.
Yeah, see, my Henry X, that 14.5 inch length of pull is a bit long, considering it has the big loop and the long action. So
Mhm.
I'm at the end of it. I have to remember to poke my fingers out to get the rest little bit of that movement so that you're not short stroking it. But now my Marlin 336, I bought them both within a month of each other last year. So I've got the Henry X 4570 and the Marlin 336, the dark
Mhm.
3030. And in that same amount of time, my 336, I actually managed to get a good Marlin. That thing feels so smooth. Everybody I hand it to, it's so much smoother than the Henry X. So, you know, it's wild. I fired the Henry X more because I was loading more 4570 and 3030 was unobtainium, but yet my
Right.
336 is actually a bit slicker. Um, yeah, when it comes to the 336, when I'm out there running around on the farm for deer and stuff, if if you're within 200 yards of me, you don't want to be.
Yeah, that's for sure. Heard that. I found a round I'd reloaded on the floor, just sitting there. Like it must have dropped it when I put it in the box. So, dang, that's a 6.5 by 284 nozzler. The brass right there is $3 each, right there for the brass. Just the brass.
Yeah,
So
I think the only thing I've got here is a little wad cutter.
there you go.
That's all I got. It's a little 38 special wad cutter.
There you go. I got tons of ammo around me. I'm down here near my reloading bench, but
I got two spent 4570 cases.
there you go. All right, no, New York Prepper has a question. Any recommendations for a suppressor for a 10 millimeter? And he is stuck between a dead air and a silencer co. I don't think you can go wrong
Now,
with either one.
my Silencer Co. Octane 45, I ran on a 10 millimeter. The Silencer Co. Octane 45 really does a great job of suppressing, but it's almost too much back pressure for a 10 millimeter. Um, I was getting some action issues from the back pressure coming back. It like I said, it sounded really good, but you're going to have to do some tuning to your gun to offset the back pressure. So when I say back pressure, I was running the Buffalo board, the 220 grain hard cast, that outdoorsman, and it was
So,
hearing safe. It sounded great, but when it came to the action longevity of brass, there was some issues there. So, and that being the 45,
yeah.
it's a little bit of an overboard. So I will leave you with that, and I have zero input about the dead air.
Is the dead air the one that has the flow through technology, like the one that has no? Okay, like if you're gonna
No.
suppress 10 millimeter, it sounds like you might want the flow through technology kind of thing.
Well,
Oh,
see, now that Octane 45, it suppresses really well, but I think that it causes a bit much back pressure. See, I actually like my Octane 45. I'm going to run off on a tangent here, but I'm sure it's information you can gather. I actually like my Octane 45 on my 9 millimeters versus a devoted 9 millimeter can. It actually sounds better on a 9 millimeter than a devoted 9 millimeter can. So, shoot, like I said, that was information that probably don't make no sense, but you can draw whatever you can off of it. The it suppresses really well, but I think the 10 millimeter offers just a little bit too much volume.
there you go. All right. Do you think a 410 revolver would be good enough for ptarmigan? No, because you might get a longer shot, and a lot of the revolvers also shoot 45 Colt. So the shot cup is being spun by the rifling, and a lot of times past 6 or 7 yards, the pattern just opens up way huge. Um, so like a Taurus Judge or Smith and Wesson Governor, like I would not take ptarmigan hunting up here where you might have to shoot 20 yards, 25 yards, get a 22, or stick with a 410 or a 20 gauge or 12 gauge. But yeah, that would be my that would excuse me, that would be my um, thing for that. But pattern yours because that's not true for every load and every 410 revolver. If you've got a little longer barrel revolver, they say it does a little better. So you go pattern yours. What do you think, Pat? Ptarmigan are birds that we flush up here, and they usually fly to the tree next to you when you flush them. So
Yeah, I've never hunted birds with a 410 revolver, so I'm gonna bow out.
yeah, have you ever shot like a tourist judge past like 15, 20 yards?
Uh-uh. I've never laid my hands on one. It's one of those uh interest things. I've just not been interested.
I would buy the Governor because you can also shoot 45 ACP with moon clips, and also it's just a Smith. It's going to be a more reliable gun than a Taurus. You know, I'm a Taurus hater. People know it. I don't care. I've seen no, there were 6 Taurus judges and 1 Taurus tracker that we could close it up and sit there and spin the cylinder and Cabela's. And this was like a year and a half ago. Everybody says Taurus has improved their guns. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Reloading Weatherby is a good man. He's using BLC2 now. Adam Hymas says they've had to see a difference between the several medium burning ball powders I've tried. I've only tried BLC2 and Power Pro 2000. I get better accuracy on average out of the BLC2. And as far as velocity, they both do about the same. So I guess it really is what shoots best in your rifle kind of thing. But my favorite powder for 223 is CFE 223, a load of 40 grain to 77 grain in 3 different ARs. There you go. PI measuring system. I don't know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about there?
PI or pi?
3.14159. That's pi, right? Anyway, gents, hope all is well and healthy. Healthy, yes, you too, Drew. I mostly save FMJ for SHTF for penetration and feeding purposes. Soft points operate for opportunistic hunting. Yeah, I got mostly FMJ or I M855 ball for that as well. But I do have 600 rounds of VMAX, and I have a few hundred rounds of TTSX. I got to load up some more, but tipped TSX. But yeah, mostly what I have is going to be Full Metal Jacket too. And up here, like you'd much rather have a Full Metal Jacket if you run into a moose. You'd much rather have M855 ball, hit that moose shoulder and let that steel penetrating core go right through that, but or moose rib. But you'd be taking headshots with an AR-15 anyway. So is what it is. Horny VMAX Inspires, some 75 grain hollow points, LL, SHTF TF stuff, 1,000 or more each. There you go. Military just trying to shoot people in the face in strings of 5 now. Yeah, that's true. Okay. 55 grain soft bullet bullets cost better than a Leonard full metal jacket. Hotel. That is true. Mid South shooter supplies. Very true. All right. Thanks for all your content. I've had many hours of entertainment and learning for your videos. God bless. Thank you, man. That's some of the kindest words I've had. Just your average goy or guy.
Yeah, those are highly encouraging when you run a channel.
Absolutely.
I've got 100 or 200 guys that are always in the comment section, always make me feel good.
Yep.
And then I guess about 4 days after they're done, then the general public comes in and yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is. So jokes on the general public though, that's killing you because hey, as long as they keep watching, you keep making money, right? Eventually. So
Dude, I've been getting so much lately. I don't know. Did you see my Instagram thing about the gatekeeping?
no, I didn't. No.
Dude, I did 2 videos. No, I think I'm on my 3rd video of the JK armament, the solvent traps. And dude, I'm getting so many comments. I hope you like your dog. Knock, knock, no knock, ATF, and all of this stuff. And I don't want to get into anyone's privacy, but I'm halfway curious if these gatekeepers, I'm well within my rights. I'm using the Form 1. I'm doing all the things. I shouldn't have to, but I'm doing all the things to be legal. And you want to look at these guys and see if you can't dig up some of their past comments, like come and take it, Molon La Bay, and blah, 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 and all this other stupid stuff that they say. And then they're coming over on me talking about, I hope you like your dog. It's like, how hypocritical can you be? You're against the ATF, but then you're over in my comment section just being this douche. Yeah, I guess that's all I got to say about that.
Cool. So you've been experimenting with a 223 cast round, managed to make some 75 grain hard cast that I gas checked and powder coated. Was getting 1.75 MOA, around 2,500 feet per second, so not full power, but enough. Hey man, I'll take some of those. You want to send a couple of those so I can put them on the channel? Let me know. And by the way, I don't know if you have a channel or not, but that is the coolest name. If you're making videos, let me know in the comments. Tactical Futter.
Cool Futtery.
Or is that Chook's alter ego?
No, Chook would be what was that? Muhammad I can't what was that?
I don't know.
God.
His would be future Mandalorian. Because he did that video where he says if the Mandalorian came from the future, and I'm like, dummy, Star Wars happened a long, long time ago. A galaxy far away. So he would be tactical futtery Mandalorian from the future. That would be Chook. So, but no, tactical futtery. What a cool name. So, and I've seen him in here before. So, Daniel Neal, always a good support of the channel. Amex Factory 308. My SSD handles both 3/4 all day long. Remington VLS 700. You can't beat that.
Yeah, just Dan's cool over on my channel too.
Thank you, Screaming Skull Saloon. Great show, boss man. Boss Ming. Love me some Expanse. It's a great show. So, Boss Ming. What have you got, Boss Ming? I have the Dead Man Air at Salmon S. I've not tested it out yet, but Dead Air will replace it if you accidentally get a baffle strike. Cool. I was looking at the Octane 45 was one I was looking at. Thank you for the feedback. What pistol are you shooting those loads out of? I'd be using a 1911, has a strong spring.
All right, so my Octane 45, I run it on a lot of stuff. My Octane 45, I'll put it on my 16-inch 45 or 44 mag, and I'll run full power loads through it with a 44 mag, and then I also like loading up subsonics. So I'll take, Trail Boss, or I've got
He's
Those
talking about
trail
what 10
bars.
millimeter do you run it on?
Oh, now I ran it on the CMMG, the 10 millimeter, the CMMG Banshee 10 millimeter. So now that one with the radial delayed blowback, it really did. I guess with the unlocking of the action, it backed up a bit too much pressure. It sounded great, but it wasn't for the longevity of brass, for the longevity of the gun. You definitely need to look into tuning it. So yeah, I guess that answers that on the 10 millimeter. But I don't have the issues with a lever action 44 mag.
Of course not. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it stays locked up. The brass gets a chance to alleviate its pressure before I can even open the action.
Yep. Thanks for the info because I think I'll get the 930 12 gauge. Yeah, that's a good one. Always thought 14 revolvers were only good for snakes. Agreed. When I
Yeah,
lived in
5 to
the South,
7
that's why I
yards
wanted
from
them.
here to the ground.
Yep. Do you have a preference of 45-70 or 500 Smith & Wesson and bear gun for the wild? In the Midwest, I always carry a rifle and revolver, the same caliber, 44, but no grizzlies here. First of all, you wouldn't be bad off with just the 44 and the 40 and the 44 here either with the right loads. But I'd say 45-70 only because you're more likely to find the actual bear loads for it here right now. But so if Marlin, if Ruger made a Rugarlin 1895 in 500 Smith and Wesson, and it was around the same price, the SPL as the 45-70, I'd say do it. But for me, like on a budget, you have the Marlins at 1,300, and you have the Bighorn Armory at like 2,500 or 2,700 or whatever that thing is. The last one I saw, and the 500 Smith and Wesson. And so, if you're talking about a lever action gun, your only choice is 500 Smith and Wesson is the Bighorn Armory, and that's not good. If Marlin would come out with one, that would be great. If, Ruger, Marlin, Rugarlin, whatever. Marluger. Yeah, there we go, Marluger.
Well, see, now Bighorn, they did try to do the 500 on kind of a Marlin platform, and then they wound up just building their own.
Yeah. It's too wide. What's that? Ruger Red Hawk 357 Magnum seems pretty cool. Was surprised to see it has a round capacity. The 7-shot GP1. Yeah, they're pretty neat guns. Yep.
I love my 7-shot GP100. I just wish it was a 4 or 6 inch. I've got the 2 3/4. Yeah. I've had it for a couple of years. This year, I slid it under the Christmas tree just to mess with my wife. My wife's like, "Oh, you bought a gun?" And I said, "No, hang on. Let me go to Instagram. I'll show you where I've owned this thing for 2 years."
It says from Santa. I didn't buy it.
So I was just trying to mess with her. She was under there because there wasn't anything under the tree for me. So she's like, "This is for you."
I like the judge. I'm sorry, man. You got to get better taste. I like you, Smash Time, but if it's a Taurus. You'll hate Taurus until they release the G3C and 10mm auto. Nope. I'll watch it blow up in people's hands because it's a Taurus.
Hey, I'll shoot it.
I'll watch it blow up. I'll watch it blow up in Pat's hands because it's a Taurus.
Y'all get the CEO of Taurus drunk, and you get him to devote to making it, and I'll shoot it.
The problem is their factory workers are probably drunk when they put it together too. All right. Oh, did I say that out loud?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Completely quiet.
136 inch as the pi measuring system. Okay. I have a bunch of TTSX also. Yeah. If you've got a bunch of stuff stored up, that'd be the right hunting round.
I've got them in 40 or 458. I've got the TTSX in 458.
Oh, that's fun. Buffalo Board Dangerous Game, 190 grain monometal Underwood Extreme Penetrator, 140 grain. Fort Scott Munitions, 10mm 2E 124 grain for Black Bear Defense here in Minnesota. Cool. Yeah, those are good, all good choices. I would say I would much out of all those, I think your monometal is the best. The extreme penetrator is actually the most powerful as far as kinetic energy, but the monometal is probably going to be your best for straight line deep penetration. The 2E ammo can hit and deflect because it's tumbling. If it hits something, it's going to deflect this way or that way, which means if it hits the rib, it may not hit all the vitals. It may not go straight through the vitals. And so that's that. So I would I would say stay away from that for black bear defense. But if it's all you got, it's all you got. I got a box here to test on the channel somewhere. I'm going to be testing 10 millimeter Fort Scott 2E ammo soon. I'll do a Glock 29 versus 20 versus 40, and then do the long barrels on that. But yeah, it'll be good. James Hine, 454 casual, as he put, and 44 mag. Casull is just Casull, right? 2 L's or what?
Yeah, he probably got auto corrected. It was probably just a phone doing the autocorrect thing.
Autocorrects. It depends on what you're talking about. I mean, whitetail deer hunting, go 44 mag. But 454 Casull for bear up here, yeah. If you can handle the recoil, get it. Yeah, get it, do it. Nothing like that. So can't complain about that.
But speaking of the big horn, when I was in Texas last, I managed to get my hands on the Silencer Co. They've got a Bighorn Armory 460. I freaking loved it. So if you're talking about a 454 Casull in a lever, let's just go ahead and step that thing up to the Bighorn Armory 460. Let's go spike driver.
Do you consider an AR, I'm assuming an AR-15, a viable gun in Alaska? Would you walk out your front door with one considering the environment? Yes, and yes, and yes, I have done it. Yes, there was a time where I had a long gun with me and we were going fishing. And so the only long gun I had with me was an AR-15. And then we decided to stop off this place and look at and scout it around. Oops. And so, yes, and it was 223 5.56, my 16-inch. I had it loaded with 62 grain TSX. I mean, so yeah, I do. I mean, it's all about shot placement. Number one, number two, you know, my cameraman Jason, if he's still in the chat, he was there with me. So he was backing me up with like a 30-06 or whatever he had brought. I forgot what he brought. We had planned on going fishing and maybe stop by this place. But I mean, the AR-10 is a much better choice. With 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor or 338 Federal would be probably the best choices for Alaska. And so anyway, so I'll go that. But yeah, the AR-15 with having a 458 SOCOM upper, or having a 450 Bushmaster upper, or there's a 358 or 350 Legend upper even will do a good job. The Beowulf would do a good job. So there's some big boy things there where, like, if you needed to bug out, which is stupid in Alaska, bug in. Don't bug out. That's stupid. But if you needed to move from your bug out location and go hunting, and you wanted to carry, you were considering, so you carried you carry your 223 upper and a few spare magazines in your pack and carry your 458 SOCOM with you to hunt. And then if you got into trouble or think you might get into trouble, you could switch them out. I mean, there's that kind of idea. But for me, I'd rather just have one caliber. And if I got to take a moose in the head, I shoot a moose in the head. I mean, people think grizzly bears are crazy, but I mean, and they are. They're crazy. They're huge, but they have ear holes, so it's like they have eye holes. I mean, so if you can shoot, you can shoot. I mean, a 62 grain M855 ball round shot right here on a grizzly is going to do the same thing that a 30-06 180 grain full metal jacket or 180 grain nozzle partition is going to do right here. The thing is going to drop, So, yes. All right. So, now you've never been to Alaska, but would you like to answer that question there, Pat?
Oh, no, I simply, when he was saying AR viable in Alaska, yeah, I pulled out the 458 SOCOM, which gets you into a close to 4570 power in the AR platform.
Standard pressure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, close to. We're still under 35,000 PSI with the same projectile, but
It
I
gets
wouldn't
you.
consider.
It gets you
I would
within
not
20%
consider.
of. Yeah,
Do what?
I said it gets you within 20% of. If you call that close to.
Yeah, close to.
Close to.
Close to.
Yeah. All right, Joe Jeffries. I just got a Sig Sauer Romeo 5 Red Dot. What do you guys think of it? Will it hold up? Mine's been great. No issues with mine.
I haven't touched one yet.
I've had it 3 years. Replaced the batteries once. Yep. Rugarland and 500 mag would be awesome. Working out in Dutch Harbor ATM when I get some free time, I will. Well, I also have some .3 12 130 grainers for AKs. Cool. I don't have an AK, but Chook does, so maybe he'll do that. So that's that. Ha ha ha! I knew you would say that. Yeah, I know. You're getting me. Yeah. Buy American when you can. Yeah, there we go versus South America. Take 50 556 room ticks if I'm taking my AR. Yep. Good evening. Surviving the wind. Yeah, I have no wind at my place. We just had a big wind storm up here. For those who don't know, it was like straight line winds going between 50 and 70 mile an hour. It was literally the bridges crossing that are literally like a mile behind me, crossing the Matanuska and the Connect River. They were iced over so bad, and the wind was blowing all the snow up against the side of the bridge, and so the snowbank looked like this in a slant, and you could have gotten blown right off. I mean, you could have got blown right off that bridge. Yeah, so that's that. So
Yeah, we're fighting 70 and 30-degree weather. So, like, we're literally right now, 70-degree weather is trying to push on 30-degree weather. So, we're just staying windy, but we're nowhere near that bad.
yeah, and while this all is happening, it's also -10 and people are losing power. Just so you know, nothing like that. It was -10 when we got home tonight, and it's going to drop. So, because that was still daylight. My only complaint with Taurus is they screwed me on the buyback recall on the PT 111 and 45 ACP. I sent them a gun I paid $400 for, and they sent me a G2C back that cost $200. Still salty. Hey, I would make a YouTube video about that. See if they send you another, because the G2C has not actually been a bad gun. The PT 111s were terrible. I saw the frame crack on a 45 ACP. I literally 230 grain Winchester white box. The frame cracked and fell off. I mean, those were terrible guns. 338 Federal versus 338 Creedmoor. It's actually the first I've heard of 338 Creedmoor. So, or you just being another smart aleck comment, Adam. All right.
Creedmoor brass fits everything. I've got a 4570 Creedmoor.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's the first reverse necked cartridge ever.
There you go. Have you tried the expansion tip non-lead bullet? My dad shot a deer last year, and it penetrated all the way through the deer lengthwise. Good expansion too. Seems like a good Alaska bullet. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I want to. I've seen a box or two for reloading, and I didn't pick them up because I didn't have the money at the time. And then, of course, they're not there. If I see them, I will pick them up. I'm probably the only thing I've seen them in is 270 for reloading. So if I see them, I'll pick them up. And I've got enough 270 right now that I could do like a Hornady GMX versus a Barnes versus a TTSX versus an LRX versus that. A lot of people have wanted to see a non-lead bullet comparison. And I've got enough in factory rounds to do that, except I'm looking for a couple more boxes as well. So that's where we're at right now on that project. That'll probably be a summer project, hopefully. Do you have coyotes in your area? Yes. Understand that you have many wolves? Yes. When we have coyotes, we don't have many foxes, and vice versa. It really affects small games. Just curious about your thoughts. Yes. Howdy bullets for bucks. Yeah. Let's not so bad on grouse, but pretty bad on rabbits and other small game. But grouse not so bad because they mostly are in the trees, but not always. They'll nest and stuff down at the bottom of trees and stuff like that. All right, black bear in here, Pennsylvania, are some of the biggest in the country. 600 to 700 pounds are common. Hoping to bag one this year. Yeah, that's a huge black bear. Like, I have only seen one in Alaska that maybe rivaled that. It was on the road. The car in front of me had to slam on their brakes. I had to slam on mine so they didn't hit this thing. And of course, I wasn't that close behind the car. I didn't have it dangerous of hitting the car, but there's a big old black bear. It was easily bigger than Chuk and mine's grizzly bear combined. Um, yeah, the PT-111 was a piece of crap. Yep. Hey, look at that. We caught up with the chat right at about an hour, too. So there we go. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's been an hour. I'm going to make sure I spend some time with my family. I'm sure Pat wants to spend some time with this family that's already gone to bed and everything. So, things coming up on the channel. We got a 7mm 08 video, top 5 home defense handguns video. A lot of people seem to like my top 5 or videos. I seem to do well. So if y'all want to keep seeing those, let me know. And that's that. We got some 338 Win Mags and 41 Magnum 10mm coming up. Adam, have a good night, my friend. Everybody have a good night. Pat, what you got coming up on your channel?
Well, I've got a little bit of everything. We're going to chop down that octagonal barrel 44 mag. We're going to chop it down, make a suppressor host with the freaking coolest muzzle brake you've ever seen. So that's coming up. I'm actually going to travel to Anvil Gunsmithing. I'm going to go down to Mark Novak, and we're going to chop the end of the barrel off, swap out the mag tube, all sorts of crazy stuff. SHOT Show's coming up, so I'm actually going to SHOT. Yeah, lots of good stuff coming down. I've got more Form 1 solvent trap stuff, and of course more lever stuff. So yeah,
Funny video is accurate. Yeah, well, here's the thing though, Booger Dog. Let me respond to Booger Dog here. The top 5 worst one got 115,000 views in 2 months. The top 5 best one has got 16,000 views and stopped. So, like, if I got to keep making these, they got to keep growing. I mean, I don't expect every video to do that well, but I do expect them to do well enough. It really takes about, for my average video where I'm actually shooting and comparing stuff, it takes about 40 to 50,000 views for me to make any money on it. So, just so y'all know, that's if YouTube monetizes it, which is doing pretty good for me. I know they're not for you, Pat, but that's just another story. All right, guys.
So there's somebody said, "See you at SHOT."
Yeah, I'm not going to SHOT Show. Like, I can't go. There's no way.
All right. So bullets for bucks. I'll be running around crazy. I think we're supposed to make like 60 videos. So if you see me, I haven't seen your face. If you see me, stop by and say hi.
Yeah, he's got a good little channel. Go check his channel out. He's got a good channel.
Okay.
It's not little either. It's like almost as many subscribers as you and I are. Well, I have half of your subscribers now because you're growing like a weed. I appreciate it, man. He's got, up there with us, So,
Okay.
yeah. So he's a good little thing. Strange. I sent your top 5 near and far. Thanks. No, thank you. All right. These streams are great. Yep. Your streams are pretty good too. The other day, NY Prepper, make sure everybody goes and checks NY Prepper out. I thought New York Prepper, you were going to come on tonight. Make sure you email me AlaskanBallistics@gmail. AlaskanBallistics@gmail. We'll get you on next week, NY Prepper. All right. So, everybody, take care. God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range.